We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. He died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning.
Ho, ho, ho. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program as we get ready to take our holiday break and then return with you the day after Christmas. You know, the day when you're jamming all of that wrapping paper that you paid so handsomely for in the trash can, etc. And, of course, the day after Christmas when everybody returns a lot of the gifts that they just don't like. But we're hoping that the day after Christmas means the opening day at Santa Anita, but the weatherman might have Mother Nature might have some other things in mind for that. We welcome you to the Race Day Show on this Sunday. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, right here at the South Point Studios at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in the gaming capital, of course, on the South Point Streaming Network at YouTube. And, of course, our local radio station here in town, Sports Talk, 1400 AM, 107.1 FM, and all of the other platforms, the websites, streaming, the apps on your devices, your phone apps, on your iPhone, Android, and Google phone, and, of course, anywhere you get your podcasting as well. So we welcome you to the show on this final day before Christmas. right at the top of the show, we want to wish you a very happy holiday, no matter what you celebrate. You could celebrate Hanukkah, obviously, Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you want to do. But just to have a happy holiday, be safe, be careful, and share it with some friends and family and people that you love. And along the way, maybe getting a gift or two. Not too bad for that either. Anyhow, happy holidays, everyone. Today, we're going to take a look at the 4 races that were postponed and rescheduled for today, the synthetic championships at Turfway Park. Going to go over some of the results from yesterday, but I want to remind everybody with it in the 40s here. I think it's 46 degrees right now here in Las Vegas. It's the first day of winter. This is the official first day of winter today. And so those are the temperatures that we have here in Las Vegas. We're only going to get up to 65 degrees today. And as far as the rest of the country, you know, that cold front going through the northern part of our great country. Boston, 46. New York, 47. Washington, 50. You get the idea. And, of course, Detroit, 29. Chicago will be 33. And then you'll get the other side of the coin, Miami, where Gulfstream Park will be running today, 80 degrees, as well as Tampa Bay. How about that? 80 degrees on the first day of winter. And Phoenix, Arizona is going to be 80 as well. And here, as I say, we're going to top off at 65. Los Angeles, so it'll be about 71 degrees there, but no racing. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't be a race day show without telling you that Brownsville, Texas is the hottest place in the nation. 86 degrees. My goodness. On the first day of winter. Okay. If you're looking, we have suggested many times on our race day shows and shows past years that one of the fun things to do, the stocking stuffers for horse players, is for their family to go out and get a future book bet for a horse in the Kentucky Derby for next year. That's a nice little, stocking stuffer. And if you're going to do that, don't buy a ticket on Mr. AP, the horse who ran second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, because he is out now off of the Kentucky Derby Trail already. We got the first horse off of the Kentucky Derby Trail. This horse is not even a 3-year-old yet. But the 2-year-old Mr. AP is out until March. So he's not going to make the Derby, they say. He's going to be out to at least March. So he's off the Derby Trail there. He was the runner-up in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile to Ted Noffey. So make sure you don't get that stocking stuffer for that, because it'll be just fodder for the fireplace. Okay? So Gulfstream Park has that mandatory payoff in the Pick 6 jackpot today. They're expecting it to get to about $3 million because the folks who are usually out there playing simulcast at New York or California aren't playing there today. So they're going to dump all that money into Gulfstream Park. So that Pick 6 carryover and a mandatory payoff is going to be huge at Gulfstream Park. They predict, the racetrack predicts it's going to be around $3 million. So that'll get you some Christmas gifts. And like I said, we are hoping the day after Christmas, we're not in the line returning Christmas gifts, but instead of in the line to play the races at Santa Anita, because Mother Nature, the weather, the advanced weather for Southern California has rain in the Southern California area for 6 straight days starting on Tuesday. 6 straight days of rain, the weatherman says, starting on Tuesday. And you can count 6 straight days to get you right through opening day at Santa Anita, scheduled opening day at Santa Anita. Right now, there is a huge, huge storm that covers the southern part of Oregon and the northern part, getting right into the central part of California, down as far as the central part where Fresno is at. That's already sitting there, and it's making its way to Southern California. And the rain should get there by Tuesday in Southern California. Here in Las Vegas, we're expecting that rain, the Tuesday morning rain, to reach here in Las Vegas around Tuesday evening. And we're going to get rain here. They're predicting rain here in Las Vegas on Christmas Eve, Wednesday, and Christmas Day, Thursday. and that rain's going to make its way right through Southern California. So with all of those great stakes races, getting ready in Southern California, and there's a lot of great stakes races for the day after. December 26th, the American Oaks, the La Brea Stakes, Grade 1s, the Lafitte Pincay Jr. Stakes, and the Mathis Mile, both Grade 2s, the San Gabriel, a Grade 3, and the very prestigious Malibu Stakes, a Grade 1, are all set and ready to go on the day after Christmas, on Saturday, Friday, I should say, coming up on Friday, this coming Friday. They are drawing entries. They suspended drawing the entries the other day because of the weather, predictions of the weather, and they're going to complete the entries for today. They're going to open up the entries again for today in case anybody wants to enter for opening day at Santa Anita. But it's all sitting on a very, very shaky foundation. We'll wait and see if that happens. However, the day after Christmas, Aqueduct will be back in business, and we'll have a stakes race there. We'll have a stakes race at Gulfstream Park, and Oaklawn Park will also have its stakes race there. So it's not without some racing coming back. As far as the schedule is concerned, taking a look at the day after Christmas, Aqueduct will be back in business. Then you'll have the Fairgrounds, Gulfstream Park, Laurel Park, Oaklawn Park, and Tampa Bay Downs, Turf Paradise, and Turfway Park, and hopefully Santa Anita as well. As far as Christmas Eve is concerned, if you're looking ahead to the Christmas Eve, only 3 racetracks, Gulfstream, Parks, and Tampa Bay will be in business. And we are going to, of course, take off after today, Monday, Tuesday, our usual days off, and Wednesday, Christmas Eve, and Thursday, Christmas Day, and we'll be back on the day after Christmas, whether Santa Anita is running or not. Okay? So we get all of those particulars out of the way for you now. And what I'm going to do is take a look at some of the results from yesterday across the country. We'll start with Oaklawn Park. Christian Torres got his first win of many at Oaklawn on Saturday with a $5 winner, courtesy of trainer Mark Cassie. And then in the 5th race, Joel Rosario got his first win of the day for Ron Marquette, paying $16 even. And then in the 8th race, the featured Tinsel Stakes, Rattle and Roll did just that. He was trailing the field for most of the way and just looped the field and went on to win in hand under Joel Rosario for Kenny McPeak. Rattle and Roll paid $3.40 as the 3-5 favorite. Willie Dees was second, and McMahon was third in that feature yesterday. The 9th race produced a dead heat to give Christian Torres his second win of the day and one of the dead heated winners for Robert Medina, paying $5.60. And then the 10th race gave Christian Torres his third win of the day for David Jacobson, paying $9.60. Altogether, the pick 6 paid $32,469.90. And early pick 5 paid over $2,100, and the last pick 5 paid over $1,100. So Oaklawn, their pick 5s are just doing great there. Gulfstream Park yesterday. Jorge Ruiz got his first win in the second race for Joe Orsino, paying $9 even. Then we go to the first of the 5 stakes races yesterday at Gulfstream. That was the Janus Stakes, where Reef Runner wins for Tyler Gaffleone's first win of the day, and David Fox, the trainer there, paying $5.60, outrunning And You Wish, and Coppola, who finished third as the favorite. Then the Sugar Swirl was the 6th race, and Mrs. Bochero wins that race for Ired Ortiz Jr.'s first win of the day for Diane Morcici, I should say, paying $8.80 there, outrunning Nick's Style and Mystic Lake, who was the favorite there. And then we went to the 7th race. Flavien Prat and Chad Brown got together to win the race, paying $9.40. That horse that I talked about, Epic de Oro, the offspring of Medaglia d'Oro and Rachel Alexandra, from post 12, went right out to the lead. I mean, Ired Ortiz Jr. gunned this horse out on the lead, cleared the field, and was on the inner rail by the time they hit the first turn of the mile and 16th turf race. and led every step of the way, but the final strides where Boss Henry got him for Chad Brown and Flavian Pratt, but the horse ran a real nice second, Epic Dioro, in that race. The 8th race, IRAD gets his second win of the day for Luis Ramirez, paying $3 even. And then we had the three other stakes races on the 5 stakes race card. The Swanee River at a mile on the turf. That winner was Crivello d'Or for Jorge Ruiz's second win. I should say for his second win of the day, paying $22.40 for Jose D'Angelo. Finishing second was Moving On Up, and Public Defender, a horse that Jonathan liked, finished third in the race. The Harlan's Holiday was won by Skippy Longstocking, who finally bounced back and had a solid win in the Harlan Holiday for Tyler Gaffleone and Safi Joseph Jr. That was Gaffleone's second win of the day, paying $6.80, outrunning Poster, who finished second, and Catalytic, who finished third. And finally, in the Fort Lauderdale Stakes at a mile and 1/8 on the turf, the winner was Wolfie's Dynagost. Wolfie's Dynagost, Irad Ortiz Jr.'s third win of the day, paid $3.80 for Brian Lynch, outrunning Cucino and Beach Gold, who finished third in that race. They posted the time of the race in 1:43.42, which would be a new course record for a mile and 1/8, and I got to question that timing. Just got to absolutely question that timing. That's what was posted there, but somebody must have messed up there. All right, anyhow, Pick 6 has a carryover. They didn't hit it at Gulfstream yesterday. The Pick 6 only paid $727.14. And so the carryover, $318,560 and change. That's what's going into the mandatory today at Gulfstream Park. Okay? IRAD getting 3 wins yesterday. All right, Remington Park. You had all those stakes races, right? Well, the You See It Stakes was won by Ammonite Special. Ramon Vasquez for Ray Ashford Jr., paying $14.40. The Jim Thorpe was won by Mr. Omaha for Luis Quinones for Joe Hoffleter, paying $2.10. Big favorite there. The Toby Keith Stakes was won by Not a Lady. Eric Asmussen and his father Steve teamed up for 3 wins, and that was the third win yesterday at Remington. They won the third race and the 6th race together as well, winning the Toby Keith for Not a Lady, paying $4 even as the favorite there. The She's All In Stakes won by Miss Code West. Floyd Weatherly Jr., the winner there for Kevin Scholl, paying $4.80. The Jeffrey A. Hawk Memorial won by Z-Bull and Floyd Weatherly Jr. Back-to-back wins in stakes races. He was aboard that winner as well for Dick Capalucci, paying $8.20. And then the big race, the Springboard. This is the race that had Kentucky Derby points for 2-year-olds. The Springboard Mile was a big upset. Express Kid breaking from post 12 in the 1-mile race under Jose Alvarez, wins the Springboard Mile and springs an upset, paying $71 even for Wade Rarick, who was the trainer there. Arctic Beast, the early pace setter, was second, and Royally American finished third. Big long shot in the Remington Springboard. All right, we go to Fairgrounds. They had one of those Kentucky Derby points races too. Marcelino Pedroza is riding hot this week at Fairgrounds. He won his first race of the day in the second race on a 2-year-old maiden filly for Al Stahl, paying $4.20. Jose Ortiz got his first win in the third race for Sherry DeVoe, paying $7.60. And then Ortiz came right back with Sherry DeVoe in the fourth race, paying $5.20. So they won 2 races together back-to-back. Paco Lopez got his first win of the day there for Joe Sharp in the 6th race at $11.80. Marcelino Pedroza got his second win of the day in the 7th race for Ethan West, paying $39.40. And in the Tenacious Stakes, Not This Boy was the winner for Jose Ortiz, and Bill Cowan's paying $5.60, outrunning Sir Gradeland and Stowaway. In the Buddy DiLiberto Memorial on the turf, I'd Rather Be Blessed was blessed with a win. Marcelino Pedroza, third win of the day, paying $37.20. So Pedroza won at $4.20, $39.40, and $37.20 yesterday. This one for Chris Hartman. I'd rather be blessed, winning the Buddy DiLiberto, outrunning Kupuna and Sandpipes. In the untappable for 2-year-old fillies, Hit Parade wins that for Luis Saez and Brad Cox's first win together, paying $6.60. Love Your Neighbor was second, and Pushimina was third. And in the Gun Runner, with the Kentucky Derby points for 2-year-olds, winner there was Chip Honcho. Paco Lopez for Steve Asmussen, paying $9.80, outrunning Liberty National and Crown the Buckeye. And in the 12th and final race, Luis Saez got his second win of the day, and Brad Cox got his second win of the day. Together, they got 2 wins together yesterday. That last race winner paid $8.60. Pick 6 at the fairgrounds, $40,291.98. Wow. Turfway Park last night. The winner of the Florence Stakes, Speed Shopper, Danny Sheehy, the jockey there for William Walden, paying $10.82, outrunning Aria Star, I should say, and Adra Stea, who finished third in the race. That the Florence Stakes at Turfway Park. Their pick 5s continue to pay high. The first pick 5 paid over $6,300. The last pick 5 paid $10,600 and change. Turfway. Good numbers there if you can connect the dots. Laurel had 4 stakes races yesterday. The Howard and Sandra Bender Memorial was won by Slam Notion. Xavier Toledo aboard for paying $9.20. The Carousel Stakes was won by Complexity Jane. Sheldon Russell for his wife Brittany Russell, $4.60 there. The Politely Stakes, won by Take the Money Honey. Elicio Ruiz riding for Mike Moore, paying $3.60 is the favorite there. And in the Robert Manfuso Stakes, Post Time wins his final race of his racing career for Brittany Russell and Sheldon Russell. Sheldon Russell, of course, riding Brittany, the trainer there. So they teamed up for their second stakes win of the day, paying $3 even. Post Time now heads to the Stallion Barn. Barbarian Runner was second. Second. And Pay Billy was third. And finally, Tampa Bay. A lot of easy winners there at Tampa Bay yesterday. Thought I'd put something in there, but the heck with it. Anyhow, those were your results from yesterday. We got a lot to cover today. Listen, we got our handicappers, Jonathan Nardoon, Rich Eng, who had a nice winner in football again for us yesterday with the Bears winning an exciting game against the Green Bay Packers and covering. So Rich will be here with another football pick for today and, of course, a race pick as well. And John Linda will keep us posted on what's going on in Southern California. He's got a pick as well for Oaklawn Park. And, of course, Jerry Jackowitz, not with us today. He's off on his holiday. Wishing you a happy holiday on behalf of Jerry Jackowitz. That's it. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
All right, back on Sunday race day. Time to get started with the smaller than usual menu for today. This racing menu, of course, reflects the start times in the Pacific time zone. You know the deal. since we're in the Pacific time zone, these will be the first post times that roll out in the race book here at the South Point today. If you're not in the Pacific time zone, adjust to it so you don't miss anything, like I miss Mom and Dad. And there's time zones all over the world that we're in, so tweak it to the Pacific time zone. I want to remind everybody out there again, as far as the weather is concerned, as far as the weather map is concerned, the only big problem as far as weather-wise is right there in the southern part of Oregon and the northern and central part of California. Otherwise, it looks like racing will be okay around the country today at the racing centers. We begin with Laurel Park. Laurel Park has 9 races today. They have a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $1,823. 9 races at Laurel. First post time is at 9 a.m. Gulfstream Park, mandatory payoff in the Pick 6 jackpot, so take the jackpot provision off. The money sitting there in the pot is $318,560. $318,560 before all the money gets shoved in today for the Pick 6. Remember, you don't have to be the only ticket. You don't have to be a single ticket. All you have to be is a winning ticket. And it doesn't matter if you have a winning ticket that's only 5 races. They're going to chop up the money equally on all of the winning tickets today. It's like a handicapping contest. 10 races today at Gulfstream, which means the Pick 6 will start in the 5th race today at Gulfstream. And a first post time there of 9:20 at Gulfstream Park. All right, Oaklawn Park, 10 races today at Oaklawn. Oaklawn Park has a first post time of 10:30. Their feature race today is the, I guess, appropriately named Poinsettia Stakes. The Poinsettia, I should say. The Poinsettia Stakes, 8th race on the card at 5.5 furlongs for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, a field of 6 before any scratches. And Hilarito is the big 6-5 favorite there with Ricardo Santana Jr. aboard. 10 races at Oaklawn. First post time is at 10:30. 10:30 at Oaklawn Park. Fairgrounds has 8 races today, and the Fairgrounds first post time is at 10:45. They took down that Pick 6 yesterday at Fairgrounds. Turfway Park, 10 races today, and they're going to finally run the synthetic championships today at Turfway Park. There are 4 synthetic championship races in a row for a total of $1 million in purses. They're $250,000 per stakes race. The first one will be the My Charmer for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares at a mile. And in this race, big favorite there is Caitlin Her Highness, 7-5 with Flavian Pratt aboard. Flavian Pratt at Turfway today. The 7th race is the Holiday Inaugural, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up at 6 furlongs, and a full field there as well. The favorite in that race at 5-2 is Pondering with Ired Ortiz Jr. So Ired Ortiz is at Turfway today. The 8th race is the Prairie Bayou, 3-year-olds and up, going a mile. 13 entered in that before any scratches. And the favorite, lukewarm at that, at 3-1, is Encino with Flavian Pratt aboard. And then the final of the synthetic series, the 6 furlongs Holiday Cheer at 3-year-olds and up. 14 in that one there. And the favorite on the morning line, 5-2, is Howard Wolowitz with Ired Ortiz Jr. aboard. Okay? So you got 10 races, 4 synthetic championship races in a row. First post time at Turfway Park is early. I want to remind everybody, it's early today. 12 high noon. 12 high noon is the first post today at Turfway Park. They have a super high 5 carryover of $12,583. They have a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $215,922. Turfway Park today. High noon, first post for their 10-race card. And then we'll wrap it up with Los Alamitos in Southern California, who has a mandatory payoff in their Pick 6, and that carryover is $8,981. $8,981 is the carryover in the regular Pick 5 carryover at Los Alamitos. It's a mandatory payoff tonight. They have 8 races, 2 quarter-horse thoroughbred mixed breeds, 6 quarter-horse races, and the final race of the night is the California Derby for 3-year-old quarter horses at 400 yards for a purse of $158,600. It all starts at Los Alamitos at 5 p.m. this evening. 5 o'clock is your first post tonight at Los Al. And that is your Sunday racing menu. We're going to go out now to Mr. Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Getting ready for, to get the holiday in and out and all that good stuff. Got a lot of great football and horse racing action to go on. And, boy, what do you think of the predictions of getting that Santa Anita Open day after Christmas?
Doesn't look good, Ralph. They're talking about 6 days of straight rain. So not only that, even if they run with the turf course, I don't think they're going to run on the turf course.
No.
We'll see what happens,
No.
You never know. Maybe they'll mess it up, but it doesn't look like they're going to, the weathermen are going to mess this up. I mean, when you get 6 straight days, so even if they're wrong and it's 3 days, it's still not good.
Yeah, because at that point, then you get pockets of flooding, puddles, and you don't know, even on the racetrack, even if they float the racetrack and they get sloppy, they're underneath that sheen of water might be dips, as the rain came down.
They're going to have it sealed. Yeah, they're going to have it sealed. So, again, we don't know what they're going to do, but chances are they're probably going to delay the opening.
I would imagine if they think the rain is going to start on Tuesday, that track's going to be probably sealed today just to make sure.
You're right. I agree with that.
But in any case,
Ralph, an interesting occurrence last night in the Springboard Mile. When was the last time you saw a father and son jockeys riding against each other? But that was the case. You had Stuart Elliott and Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
So they were riding against. They finished last and next to last. But I just thought I can't remember the last time I saw a father and son in the same race. I've seen brothers ride together.
Yeah.
But not father and son.
Yeah, and I got to think that they had at least have a side bet who's going to pick up the dinner check.
Exactly.
And it's pretty discouraging not only not to win the race or make any money finishing in the money, but finishing next to last, and the only horse that finishing last, and the only horse that beat you was the other person. Do you have no idea?
Elliott.
You have no idea who was the last horse, and you don't know if a father or son, right?
Yeah, but they ran one too, so last and next to last, I should say.
Oh,
but I just thought that was interesting. You don't see that. When do you ever see a father and son riding against each other?
No, there's another thing that I wanted to talk about. The third race at Turfway Park last night. I saw posted videos, and I got to tell you, I looked at it over and over and over again at the finish. And it just does not look like the horse that they posted as the winner got up to win. It just looks like the inside horse was clearly a nose in front. Yeah.
The 2 was on the inside. The 7 was on the outside. It was more than a nose in front because, first of all, it was the third race last night at Turfway. So I urge everybody, if you have 5 extra minutes in your day, go back and watch the replay. It's all over X. The 7 just never looked like he went by. Then they never posted the photo till I think a race later or something. People were going crazy. They put up the 7 and you could watch it and maybe it's the angle they show. But if it's the angle they show, well, then they should try to fix the angle because it never looked like the 7 passed the 2.
Well, I don't watch enough races at Turfway to get a judgment on the finish line. There are some racetracks that, whatever horse you have to be like with the angle.
That is at Kentucky Downs, Ralph. At Kentucky Downs, if you remember, they finally changed the angle. They gave you a drone kind of view, I guess, which made it easier to watch the races and to see who wins the race. Well, but at Turfway, that's not the case. And if it really is the angle, well, they have to fix it because it just looks horrible.
Well, I could tell you this, having worked at racetracks, the pan camera is usually up at the press box level. And, of course, the stewards and the photo finish camera itself, the real photo finish camera that takes the photo finish, is right on the finish line. So the camera is either to the left of that, creating this type of angle, or to the right of that, creating this type of angle. Now, the racetrack, I think, that has the best straight-on ground level action is Los Alamitos. Los Alamitos, they got that ground level one, and you could tell right at hitting the finish line. And I know that some of their other tracks, including Santa Anita, does have a ground level camera too, but some of them are either to the right or to the left of the actual finish line because the photo finish camera has to have a clear shot at that finish line. But a lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of good handicappers and players that play a circuit know that idiosyncrasy of the angle of the track. So I would be curious to see if some of the people, some of the gamblers that gamble on Turfway Park and know that angle on TV, what their opinion might be of it. And they're more than happy to go to the chat box right now and let us know, and I'll take a look at the chat box in the next break. If anybody out there is a person who, sees Turfway a lot.
Player.
Yeah.
Turfway player.
Yeah, and knows that angle. But in any case, it looked from, my point of view, just...
It didn't look good, Ralph. If you watched it live in real time, it certainly didn't look good. That's all I'm saying.
Anyhow,
I'm not saying they cheated or anything like that. I'm just saying it just didn't look good.
Right. We're saying that, we're saying what you said. Maybe you ought to get the angle a little better.
So,
in any case, we got the synthetic championships going on tonight at Turfway Park. And there's 9 of them in a row. I say tonight, and I keep saying that, but it's actually a daytime card. It's at 12 noon. The first post is 12 noon today at Turfway. Remember that, folks. It is not the usual nighttime start time. Have you taken a look at any of these synthetic races?
I did quickly, but no strong opinions, but you can go over them, and if I have anything to add, I will.
Well, yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll do the first one. The My Charmer for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up at a mile. What do you see?
Two late scratches, Ralph. Take out the 6, take out the 11. The 6 is Landed, the 7 is Louder Than Words. Looks like a 2-horse race to me. The 2, Caitlin, Her Greatness, and the 3, Literate, those 2 horses. But again, I don't play the track. I'm not claiming to be a genius. Certainly not at Turfway. That's a tough track, but those were the 2 horses that I had left.
Yeah, Caitlin Her Highness, of course, raced up at Woodbine on the synthetic track up there and gets Flavien Prat, and you don't want to go against Flavien Prat, do you, Jonathan? No. Okay.
No.
Next race is the holiday inaugural 6 furlongs for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, in a field of 13.
Well, Ellen J has 1 start on synthetic, and it was at Presque Isle Downs 2 starts back, and it was by far the best race of her career. She gets Pratt today. She had Pratt that race at Presque Isle Downs. She gets Pratt back today. It's Brad Cox, 7-2 on the morning line. Second choice. The favorite in there is number 3, Pondering, but I think the race goes through Ellen J.
And Pondering.
By the way, you want late scratches in there, Ralph. 8, 11, 12, and 13 have been scratched.
8, 11, 12, 13 have been scratched out of that race, and none of the horses that you had referred to are out. So Pondering, of course, gets IRAD aboard at 5-2, and Flavien Prat on Ellen J. They'll break side-by-side pace post 2 and 3 in that 6 furlong race. All right, we get to the Prairie Bayou. That's at a mile for 3-year-olds and up in a field of 13. Got any scratches there?
Yeah, 4 late scratches. Take out the 4, Theismann, the 5, Dresden Row, the 7, and the 8. 4, 5, 7, 8 have all been scratched.
All right, so that brings in 11, 12, and 13 a little closer there, going a mile on that track. And it looks like a pretty wide open event, although some familiar horses. Cameo Performance at 9-2. And you've got Best Actor, which is a big long shot in there. But you got Encino at 3-1, which is the morning line favorite, 3-1. Encino with Flavien Prat aboard.
For Brad Cox.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a shot in there. I like the 2-horse, Horsepower. I think the 2 and 3, Horsepower and Cameo Performance, both have a chance to upset, the big favorite, who will be Encino after all the late scratches.
Okay, we got a little meat on the bones now, and then we get to the final of the 4 synthetic championship races, the 6 furlong holiday cheer for 3-year-olds and up, and scratches there.
6 late scratches. Take out the 1, the 2, the 5, the 7, the 8, and the 14.
Wow.
So Howard Wolowitz won this race last year. There was 1-for-1 at Turfway Park. He's probably going to be the big favorite. He's a little better than some of the other horses in the race, so a slight edge to Howard Wolowitz.
Yeah, and one of the main contenders of Howard Wolowitz that came out of that race, the 7-horse Roll On Big Joe, coming off a nice win. He has been scratched out of that race and will not run, so it kind of almost hands it to Howard Wolowitz in that one. But, even if you want to play the favorites there at Turfway, there's There's always a good chance that a big long shot will run second or
Something's
third.
going to blow up.
Yeah.
You're never safe at that track. It's like walking across a minefield. At any time you can blow up, but that's
Yeah.
really what happens. That's what it looks like.
And not only that, even the favorites get there. It could be some gargantuan long shot that runs second. So
exactly.
All right, what do we got? You got some picks for us? Come on, we need to get some money, and we don't want you to bah humbug us, okay?
I know, too many thirds and a couple of seconds yesterday. Let's see if we can turn it around. We're going to look at the fifth race today at Gulfstream. First leg of the pick six. 2 late scratches in there. Take out number 2 to the east side and take out the 8 American Farmer. I like the number 10 horse in here. Sky's Not Falling. Rider switch today to Johnny V. The horse will probably be the favorite. Well, he's listed at the second choice. His favorite is the 6 horse in there, but I think number 10, Sky's Not Falling. This is just a horse that's a model of consistency. He fires every time. I'm singling number 10, Sky's Not Falling, today's fifth race at Gulfstream Park.
And that is the start of the pick six with the mandatory payoff in the fifth race, number 10. Sky is Not Falling. John Velasquez aboard the 10. Yes, John Velasquez aboard the 10 in the fifth race at Gulfstream. And I guess we got an Oaklawn horse, don't we?
We do. The second race today, it's a mile on the main track. And I like the number 4 horse in here, Up on the Edge. This is a 4-year-old filly from the David Jacobson barn. He claimed this horse 2 starts back. Last time out, this horse had a race at Oaklawn.
Mm-hmm.
Now he gets a rider switch today to Ricardo Santana, who's off to a bit of a slow start, but he's going to turn things around. The horse is listed at 8-1 on the morning line. Number 4, Up on the Edge, wins today's second race out at Oaklawn.
Okay, a little bit of a price there in the second race at Oaklawn. Number 4, Up on the Edge, 8-1 with Santana aboard, the 4 in the second race. And of course, Jonathan has full sheets for both Gulfstream and Oaklawn as well, correct? And where are they going to get them?
JONHARDOON.com.
All
Thank
right,
you, Ralph. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to all the listeners, and to you too, my friend. Thank you for all the great work you do all year round.
Well, and you are part of that great work, that's for sure. In fact, all I am is the air traffic controller here. Proud of it, but that's what I am. I want to thank you, and please extend happy holidays to you and your family and your better half as well. And we'll talk to you on the day after Christmas, hopefully.
Thanks, Ralph.
For Santa Anita. Yeah. Thanks a lot, my man.
We'll have plenty of other work done. Thanks, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
You too. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Rich Eng, sitting on that nice win in the football game yesterday. What has he got for us today? Don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style Paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All right, back on the Race Day Las Vegas for today. Looking at the chatters, I see that the only thing that the chatters are talking about is Turfway is beating them down, but we don't have anybody that knows that angle. Maybe Rich Eng does. Richie worked at Turfway Park. We both did for a couple of seasons. Richie, of course, more seasons than I. Good morning, Rich.
Good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
Well, you heard about that race last night that they thought that on the TV screen looked like the horse that finished second actually won the race by a good nose to a head. And I guess, we're just talking about the camera angle at the finish line there.
Yeah, if, you and I, Ralph, we worked at numerous racetracks. The The photo finish camera should be right on the finish line. However, the pan camera is usually just off a little bit.
Yeah.
So when you're watching the race, it makes a difference whether that pan camera is before the finish line or after the finish line. But as I said, the photo finish camera, the official one, is supposed to be right on the finish line.
And, it becomes harder too. I know it becomes harder too when horses are not together at the finish line, but one's towards the inside and one's out in the middle of the racetrack. That becomes difficult as well. But whatever the case may be, I guess it was just purely the angle of the video camera that did that. All right, well, Rich, we had the Bears had a win in overtime in a dramatic touchdown play, but nevertheless got the win, and we're looking at some football today. What do you like?
It was a miracle they went to overtime because if you saw that pass with 20 seconds left in the corner of the end zone, 4th and 4, just a miracle throw, miracle catch. If you bet the Packers, I feel for you. I've lost games like that. And if you bet the Bears, I'm going to go out and buy some lottery tickets, Ralph. But, well, I'll take the win. Believe me, we've been snapped off at the wire on plenty of football games in the past.
Yep.
I'm going to give out 2 picks. The first one is kind of a really ugly game, but there's a good angle for it for me. It's the New York Jets playing against the New Orleans Saints. I'm good. The line opened up 4 for the Saints. It's up to 6.5, but I really like the Saints in this spot. Couple angles. One, the Jets' first and second string quarterbacks are out. They're playing with an undrafted rookie named Brady Cook, who played at Missouri, and he's, it's not fair to him. That offensive line for the Jets is just pathetic, but he's playing. But the key for the Saints is their rookie quarterback, Tyler Struck, is playing really well. They started him in the middle of the season. They're on a 2-game winning streak, and he's looked very impressive in beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Let's go with the Saints, minus 6.5 over the Jets.
Okay, now I know that you also have a pick for tomorrow's night's Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, I did that last week. I gave out a bonus pick on Monday night. I gave out the Pittsburgh Steelers last Monday, and they just obliterated the Miami Dolphins. So that was good to go 2-0. Let's see if we can go 2-0 this weekend. The Monday night game is the San Francisco 49ers against the Indianapolis Colts. I love the 49ers in this spot, minus 5.5. They're playing on all cylinders. And with the Rams' loss the other night, 49ers are very much in play for the number 1 seed. The Colts used Phillip Rivers last week, and he looked all of 44, Ralph. I can't see him improving even with a week of practice. Let's go with the 49ers, minus 5.5 over the Colts.
All right, we could take that. The San Francisco 49ers over the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, on tomorrow night's Monday Night Football game. And you're laying points in both of them. But at this time of the year, some of these games get really lopsided. That's absolute. All right, now from the pigskin to the horse side, where are we going?
Well, I'm going to take one of those Turfway races. I did see the comment, Ink should stay off Turfway, but I've given out 3 Turfway horses this week, Ralph, second, and fourth. So I'm knocking at the door, but let's go to race number 7, which is the Holiday Inaugural. And I heard you and Jonathan talking about the 2, L&J, Flavion Pratt, riding for Brad Cox. This horse's much better races have been on grass, and the Tapeta at Presque Isle Downs, 7-2 is a square price, so we can get it. 2, L&J in the Holiday Inaugural.
Yeah, I got to remind everybody that all we're looking for on this show is horses that are live. Some will get there, some won't, and certainly some get the trip and some don't. But in any case, your picks have at least been live. They've been finishing in the money at Turfway. Let's get a winner today, though. And you got a man who wins a lot, Flavian Pratt, aboard your horse, number 2, L&J, the 2 in the 7th race, the Holiday Inaugural, there at Turfway Park. And, of course, the favorite's going to be Irad Ortiz Jr. aboard Pondering. So we might keep a decent price on L&J, the 2 horse. You're picking the 7th at Turfway Park. And don't forget, folks, he's got that simulcast sheet today. And I think you've got 3 racetracks and multiple picks on all 3 tracks to add up to about 8 or 9 picks on the simulcast sheet today.
Yeah, it's got 10 picks. Yesterday, after scratches, I had 10 picks, 4 winners, a second and 3 thirds. 10 picks today, available for free. Just email me, rich_ing@yahoo.com. I'll email you right back to you this morning, Ralph.
All right, so we got some free picks today too, huh? You're in the Christmas mood, you are. That's nice.
Yep. Santa Claus.
I want to wish you and the family a very Merry Christmas. I know it'll be somewhat of a different one this year with the passing of your wife, but just hang in there, my man. You know we're all supporting you.
Hey, thank you very much, Ralph. I've gotten all kinds of nice notices from the Race Day family, the listeners and the viewers, and I appreciate everybody's support at this holiday time.
All right, you got it, my man, and we will talk to you the day after Christmas when we're going to start the real bowl games too, my man. So get ready.
Sounds good, Ralph. Thank you, and good luck, everybody.
All right, you got it. Now let's go to John Lendo standing by in Southern California. John, I know it looks pretty nice out there today, but we're not talking about racing at Santa Anita today. We're talking about it on Friday. What's the deal? Good morning.
Well, I think I'm as up to date as you are, Ralph. We're taking entries today, and you have to take entries today with the production schedule for Daily Racing Form. In other words, to get that Friday edition of the DRF out, you've got to have those entries in and good to go. So if for some reason we delay the entries again, that'll tell you what's going to happen Friday. But either way, I think it's kind of doubtful, but I would make it less than 50-50. We go Friday, but right now we're still on.
So you think it's less than 50-50 for Friday? I've been watching the weather map, and there is a clump of bad weather that just encompasses like hundreds of miles over South Oregon and California, Northern California. And some of it drops right down to Fresno, which is right about in the middle of California. And that thing, it's on its way. I know we are expecting rain here for Christmas Eve and Christmas, and I know that it gets to you before it gets to us. It just is a matter of two things. One, how much it's going to dump. Some people think, as Jonathan referred to, that it might have as much as 8 inches of rain in spots in Southern California. Not only how much, but how much time there is between it finally ends and the time that it can get a little dried out. And that's going to be the question.
Well, between the time that we postponed entries on Friday and today, the forecasts have gotten worse. So that's not going to help the cause. And like you say, Ralph, being at Santa Anita, you're right up against those San Gabriel Mountains. When you have the rain, those clouds get stuck up against the mountains, and usually extra rain right there at the base of the foothills.
Not to mention, if it gets cold up in the mountains, I've seen a beautiful scenery of sitting in the grandstand at Santa Anita and looking at the San Gabriel mountain range, the backdrop, and seeing snow on that mountain range. So we'll wait and see about that. If, in case, they canceled Friday's card, when do you think they'll will you think they'll just push it to Saturday and they'll just kind of a domino effect down, or do you think they'll just take that and put that next week?
No, I think that's the idea. They're going to just kind of move the days back a day or two, depending on what happened. Back in 2019, we had the same case, and they actually delayed opening day for 2 days because of rain then, and they just moved the opening day card to that slot 2 days later.
All right, John, I'm going to do a Jerry Jackowitz on you. We got less than a minute to get a pick today.
Let's go to Oaklawn Park. We'll go to race number 7. Number 8, Thunderhawk, drops into a restricted claimer, needed the last start. Best race of his career was at Oaklawn Park with Rafael Bejarano. That's the case today. 6-1 on the program. Number 8, Thunderhawk, race number 7 at Oaklawn. All
right, 7th race, number 8, Thunderhawk, is John Lendo's play for the show. Remember, he's got a suggested late pick 5 for Oaklawn Park. That starts in the 6th race. That suggested late pick 5 Lendo report available right now, free of charge, here at the South Point Racebook, complimentary to the horse players. John, I want to wish you and everybody down there, and of course your family and friends, a very happy holiday. However you celebrate it, just enjoy it with family and friends. And of course, I want to remind everybody that for everybody here at the Race Day Las Vegas radio program, we just want to wish everybody out there a safe and happy holiday. No matter what you celebrate, just celebrate it with some loved ones and friends. And then we'll regroup and get ready to start covering the racing. And, of course, some sports here from Las Vegas, Nevada on the day after Christmas on Friday, whether Santa Anita goes or not. That's for sure. So on behalf of all of us, have a happy holiday. And, John, you're designated to say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.